Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, here to give you guys a heads up on a free Steam PC game that is being given out right now. On top of that, we'll go over some Green Man Gaming deals that are quite good on various Steam titles. We're gonna go over a bunch of the upcoming games, gonna be promoting those a lot as far as, you know, we are getting into a period where there's going to be a lot of big games coming out. I know a lot of you guys ain't in the business of spending $70 on games, but GMG will hook it up a little bit cheaper. But again, even if it's a little bit cheaper, it's still going to be quite expensive. That, you know, if you want to wait 6 months, a year for some of these games, totally understand that as well. But we'll get to those at the end of this video. First of all, our friends at Fanatical are giving away a free Steam copy of Summer in Mara. All you have to do is go on over to Fanatical, link your Steam account, and you can get it for free. They're giving away 100,000 keys for the heartwarming adventure game Summer in Mara during their summer sale. Fanatical summer sale, that is, that we've been covering. Subscribe to the email newsletter. Link a valid Steam account. Must have made a purchase previously. This is just to limit people making bot accounts and things of that nature. Add the game to your cart and check out completely free. Fire up that PC or Steam Deck, sit back and enjoy. Take care of your own island and sail with your boat in this cozy farming adventure. Relax and unwind exploring a tropical archipelago or harvesting your own crops while helping others. Discover the story of Summer in Mara with farming, crafting, and exploring mechanics. Mostly positive reception on this one. 1,370 user reviews, 76% positive. Now, Fanatical notes play the game on the deck, but it does note the deck is unsupported here. But, you know, sometimes games are unsupported and then they still run fine on the deck, so I think that's what it is. I don't think Summer in Mara is pushing the technical boundaries of the deck too much where it can't be ran. But I digress. That is available for free over at Fanatical, typically $19.99, and again, being given away free right now. Alright, moving on from that, we've got some deals over at Green Man Gaming. First of all, some deals on games that are already out. Death Stranding Director's Cut is 60% off for $16. I absolutely love Death Stranding, but I totally get why some people don't like the game. I actually had a buddy of mine play the game off of my recommendation recently and dropped the game after like 6 hours. Just wasn't his cup of tea. Death Stranding, as far as what I like out of it, and I like a lot of different things out of video games, but a lot of the aspects that I like is sometimes I just want something that's a fairly relaxing game, which I would argue Death Stranding can be very relaxing at times, you know, going from point A to point B. The soundtrack and the atmosphere, I think this game is incredible in that regard. Narratively, it can be a little bit confusing, and I think Death Stranding 2 is the more cohesive game from a narrative standpoint, but Death Stranding 1, by the end, I think the story is compelling. You might want to watch, like, a breakdown video after you're done with it, but I think, you know, the story is cool and all, and the visuals are great, but I think the environments and the gameplay of Death Stranding is really what drew me into the game. And Death Stranding 2 leaps and bounds improves upon the game, but Death Stranding 1 is still a worthwhile game to go through, and definitely for this price point, I think it's great. It's also a fairly lengthy game. You can rush through it and finish it quickly, but you know, if you're doing all of the side deliveries and everything like that, it could be quite the undertaking. But $16 on that is great. Next up, a game that's forgotten about a lot at this point, but I really enjoyed it. Ghostwire Tokyo is $12.75. Really like this game. This was done by Tango Gameworks, who have been shut down. They were shut down by Microsoft, and then they got acquired by Krafton, and they also did Hi-Fi Rush. But Ghostwire Tokyo, I thought, was another game that had a great atmosphere. The setting was really cool. The visuals of the game are great. I thought the sound design was excellent, and while it does have some horror thematics to it, it is more so an action game with horror elements, I would say, but definitely a darker tone to the game. Unfortunately, I think narratively it starts off incredibly interesting and compelling, and then by the end, I thought they fumbled the bag a little bit. I thought the ending of the game just wasn't really satisfying, but overall, I still had a great time with it. I thought the gameplay was enjoyable. Exploring the world was fun. It's not like a massive, massive open world or anything like that, but definitely some content to it, and for $12.75, I think that's a great deal, so definitely check that out. All right, last three games are going to be games that are a little bit of a ways away, coming out in September and October. We got Borderlands 4, 12% off for $61.59. I know that there has been a little bit of pushback on the game. Look, it's not $80, but it's at least $70. But the thing about Borderlands is that a lot of the content, which I would argue is very substantial content, is tied to the Super Deluxe Edition, which is $130. Now, GMG does have it 12% off for $114. There's also the Deluxe Edition, which is $88, typically $100, but 12% off for $88. But again, there's a lot of notable content that's tied to the Deluxe and Super Deluxe editions, and I don't even put it past them to do another piece of like a season pass or another content rollout for the game, because that's what they did with Borderlands 3. They literally did a second season pass. So this is one of those games that I think in 5 to 7 years from now, it'll be like $20 for all of the content, and I think that might be the ideal route to go. Obviously, there are going to be people that want to play the game right out the gate when it drops, and hey, I'm definitely going to be playing it, but if I was in the position of not covering games regularly on this YouTube channel, would I be picking it up? I don't know. That's a hypothetical world, and I'll say this, I probably would not be picking it up. There's just so much to play that something like this, with how expensive that it is, it would just push me away, but that's my 2 cents to it. I'm going to be a total hypocrite and say I am going to play it, but again, a lot of that comes down to having this YouTube channel, and, you know, up to you on whether or not you want to get it. Link in the description box below if you do want to get it a little bit cheaper. Final Fantasy Tactics, the Ivalice Chronicles. Now, I will say this I would buy right out the gate. I love Final Fantasy Tactics, and y'all know how I feel about JRPGs. 20% off for $39.99. Now, there has been a little bit of pushback on this as well with some of the cut War of the Lions content and whatnot, but still incredibly excited for it. Excited for all of the improvements that will be made, and for $40, you know, it's one of the most iconic JRPGs of all time. People have been waiting for it for so long to get a port, and we're finally going to be getting it with the Ivalice Chronicles at the end of September. And then, of course, I'd be remiss if I don't mention Digimon Story Time Stranger. $63 on this, coming out very early October the 2nd. Very excited for Digimon Story Time Stranger. I am a huge Digimon fan, so obviously something like this is going to be something I get very excited for. And I love Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory, but this is definitely a level up from those games in the sense that, you know, it's a $70 release, but it's got English voice acting, bigger worlds, more depth and variety. I am super excited for this, and again, as a longtime Digimon fan, just good to see another major Digimon game after a while. It has been a little bit of a quiet period, but $63 for Time Stranger. Check that out as well. This is going to be another one of those games that does offer you a lot of content, so you're going to get your money's worth. At least that would be the hope. But that is going to do it for me. Again, get a free copy of Summer in Mara, excuse me. Steam copy of that on Fanatical, and Fanatical is running their summer sale. We highlighted that earlier today, and a lot of great deals available as a part of that, and some great deals at GMG as well. Death Stranding, Ghostwire Tokyo, Borderlands 4, Final Fantasy Tactics, Digimon Story Time Stranger, some upcoming titles there as well. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.